Round two of the FCS playoffs are here. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Slasher U. I'm your host, Christian Rao, here with my co-host, Steve Feck, and we are going to break down every single game, all 8 of them, of the FCS playoffs in round two coming at you this Saturday. In this segment, we're going to break down Weber State taking on Montana State. This should be a fantastic matchup. We saw Montana State with the bye. Weber State last week had a fantastic outing. That was probably the game of the week in round one, defeating North Dakota 38-31. This has the opportunity to be the game of the week yet again in the FCS. When you look at the teams on the slate, these might be the most evenly matched between all of the 8 games across the slate, Steve.
And then when they first announced the bracket, I was pretty convinced that I was going to pick Sacramento State to win it all. But I really wonder, having watched Montana State as much as I have over the last 6 weeks, I might go with Montana State actually pulling it all off. And that's unfortunate that Weber State pulls them as a draw in the second round, because Weber State I think was overlooked as far as how the seeding went, and certainly how it got placed. I think that's kind of a tough draw for Weber State. The Wildcats have a 2,500-yard passer in Bronson Barrow. They have 3 running backs that are either at or above 700 yards. That's a nice, balanced attack. Don't know if Weber State's defense can outslug Montana State's defense. And I don't know. I certainly don't see the thumping that Montana State put on their game day performance on the cross-strait rival Montana. I don't see that kind of performance. And And the game before that, they put up 77 points against Cal Poly. So we know that Montana State's going to be. They'll be okay. They'll be okay on the offensive side of the ball, I think. They average 300 and almost 328 yards per game on the ground. That's going to allow them to control the tempo, I think. As good as Weber State is, I think time of possession will be the factor as to whether Weber State can keep it close and potentially pull it off. I don't see that happening. I really think Montana State, they figured something out about the 3rd or 4th game of the year. Not that they played poorly before that, but I think they really figured a bunch of things out, had a couple of things fall their way, and they could be just one of those, and I hate the cliche team of destiny kind of things, but I just think they're on a roll. And I think Montana State's going to find a way to eliminate, a rival, a traditional rival, in Weber State. And I think that they're just not going to allow Weber State's offense a chance to get out there and try to light it up. I think they're going to keep the ball on the ground as much as they can. They may even, I don't want to say hold back, but maybe not necessarily go for the quick scores sometimes. Just keep grinding it out. It might be frustrating if you're a fan and you're watching it, you haven't seen this team play, because why didn't they throw on 3rd down, or second and long or whatever? But that's how Montana State is going to win this game, and I'm going with Montana State in this one. They also have the return of their All-American running back is back. He's been out almost the entire season, so I think having him back. When I say All-American, that was last year. I want to say it's Ifans is how you pronounce his last name, but I'm sure I screwed it up. And and Montana State fans, you can correct me on that. But to have him back, just as a moral victory, because it really looked when he first had that knee injury that his career might have been over. But to have him back and have that threat of him being able to break one between the tackles. He's not necessarily going to be running, but he runs tough. He's really, really tough to bring down. So if he can break one, between the tackles and maybe drag some defenders along for a 10 or 12-yard gain rather than a 5 or a 6-yard gain, I think that could be another factor where Montana State wins this football game.
I'm looking forward to this one. Montana State has been on the radar of many ever since the College Game Day. They've looked really good. Weber State, Montana State, this is just a game that I'm looking forward to seeing. This is, in my mind, I think this is going to be the game of the week for round two. I am very certain on that one. This is the game that if I had to miss all the rest of them, this is the one that I'd want to tune into. 3:00 Eastern on ESPN Plus. Now, for the record, I'm not going to miss any of these. So, jokes on you. But that's where you're going to be able to find this one on ESPN Plus and on NCAA.com. All FCS games are on NCAA.com for free. So no reason for you not to be able to watch these games. Check it out. Let us know your thoughts in the comments description below. Hit like and subscribe while you're there. And thanks as always for watching SlasherU.